For being here today. I'd like to give you a great welcome for being here at the 2015 Gold Star Awards ceremony. This is the time where we're able to recognize all of you who've been working tremendously hard to ensure superior food safety standards in your food service facilities across this county. It is also a time when we can celebrate the partnership between public health and the food service industry. So thank you for being here. I know you've worked really hard to achieve the Gold Star Award, and we'll definitely want to recognize each one of you individually for being here. Before I do that, though, I wanted to recognize some special guests that we have here in the room today. Ms. Karen Soder, the District Secretary for Senator Steve Waugh. Ms. Soder will be presenting some State General Assembly recognitions to the facilities receiving the Gold Star Awards today. So thank you for arranging this and for being here today. Also, I want to recognize individuals from the schools, certain individuals from the schools, Dr. Jeff Walker, who's the Assistant Superintendent Supporting Services. Thank you. Megan Duran, who's the Director of Food and Nutritional Services. Thank you. Also want to recognize Lori Jennings-Harris, who's the Director for the Department of Aging and Human Services. Thanks for being here. And also Ms. Robin Finicon, who's our Deputy Director for the Department of Economic Development. She'll be joining me in a few moments to say a few words of welcome as well. I think most of you recognize our health department team members who come and visit you on a regular basis. Daryl Calvano, who's our Environmental Health Director. Mark Morris, our Food Safety Director. Bonnie Williams, our Environmental Health Specialist. And Kim Eggman, who's also our Environmental Health Specialist. I know you recognize their faces. So, this week is National Public Health Week. We like to hold this ceremony during this time because it's a chance for us to recognize our partners in public health. Our theme this year for National Public Health Week is creating a healthier generation, creating a healthier nation in one generation, 2030. And I think the theme and the week really reminds us to keep focused on our vision of offering and ensuring that our residents have access to better health. It also is a great time for us to step back and, as I said before, celebrate our partnerships. And I think, and celebrate our successes, really, in getting to where we are now. The partnership between the food service industry and public health has really been there for decades, and centuries, some would say. We've had tremendous success in protecting residents and visitors to our jurisdictions from foodborne illness. Because of the partnership between the food service industry and public health, we've had tremendous success in decreasing the rates of foodborne illness in our country, and also decreasing the death and the numbers of deaths in our country from foodborne illness. So it is really a success to celebrate during this National Public Health Week. We have partnered in many ways, and we've ensured that our residents have access to healthy and safe food in many different ways, from promoting healthy food choices to ensuring that our children eat well at school, ensuring safe drinking water, food labeling so consumers know what they're intaking, and certainly what we do in response to food recalls, so kind of a rapid response to food recalls. I think we have that here in Maryland as well. So there's a lot going on with this partnership. In 2008, though, we wanted to specifically recognize what you all are doing in the food service industry. And that was when we had started our Gold Star Awards ceremony. And this Gold Star Award program allows us to recognize the superior standards that you all have been meeting and providing for our residents here in St. Mary's County when it comes to food safety. And Mark Morris, our Food Safety Director, will talk a little bit about what those standards are and certainly begin the award ceremony process. What I do want to mention is since 2008, we've awarded nearly 300 Gold Star Awards to food service facilities in our county. Many of those awards have been to the same facilities year after year, so they're demonstrating excellence year after year on behalf of our residents. It really is a great accomplishment. It's not an easy accomplishment. Less than 10% of nearly 500 food service facilities in our county are able to demonstrate the dedication and attention to detail that it really takes to get the Gold Star Award recognition. So really, it's a tremendous accomplishment, and thank you for your dedication and for your attention to detail. I'd like to invite Robin Finnecom to come up and say a few words. She's, of course, Deputy Director for the Department of Economic Development here in our county.
At this ceremony each year, you might be like, well, why economic development? Why not some other department of county government? Clearly, not only is health department tied to food service, but food service is tied to quality of life, right? I mean, it's just there. We all want to eat. We want to have healthy foods and choices and the like. But more importantly, our county is now looking at, how we might broaden our economy. There's no one here who doesn't know that we're overly dependent on defense spending, and rightly so. It's a great source for our economy and keeps growing jobs and opportunities, bringing in highly skilled people, having us on the cutting edge of innovation. I mean, there's lots going on. But when sequestration hit, you notice the furlough days, and for those who are in restaurants or maybe catering, there was an immediate ripple effect on our local economy. And that trailing effect on revenue sources, taxes, be they amusement tax or anything, that we can see that in the county's budgets going forward. So we've not quite gotten out of it. But what it did is it was a real kick in the tail to say, we can't continue with business as usual. We have sat fat and happy and thrilled and supported the Navy. It's been the backbone of our county, but we can't be that vulnerable. Now, are we ever going to lose PACs? No, that's not happening. But are we wise to have all our chickens in one basket or eggs or something like that? No, that's not a smart way to go for any economy. So if we want to think about resilience, having more opportunities for middle income jobs to grow versus just engineering, science and engineering jobs, then we really have to take a different look at how we address economic development. So you're like, why did this lady give me this chart? Today's class, what we have here, I wanted you to take a look. And we've done economic development in a traditional way, and this is communities across the country, across the world. You usually think in terms of people and place-based strategies. People, workforce development, quality education, those sorts of things. How do you get a healthy workforce and a really progressive workforce? So people-based strategies, and then place-based strategies. We are a peninsula, we're a bit remote, so what are our assets? We have, access to the Atlantic for restricted airspace. We have a unique, beautiful area. Most communities are going, well, we need good roads and good hospitals and good schools. And thinking along those lines and building your economic development strategies to people and place-based is very traditional. We'd never give up on that. We're always going to need good roads and good schools and good health care. But if we want to kind of pivot, if we want to make a little difference, we want to create opportunities for new types of business growth, we really have to do some different things. To say if we continue to do the same things, we'll get the same results. We'll get an ever-deepening defense-dependent economy. So what we want to do is we want to look at another way of looking at the region. And of course, I failed to mention that we're always protecting PACs. So this center idol here, the traditional economic development strategies and the things we do to protect PACs, whether it's BRAC proofing or being concerned about density and encroachment right outside the gate, all of those very things are very strategic, very important, and they will continue. But if we look at how to make a difference, how to pivot, then we really have to say, well, why should we? What's coming on in the economy? What's happening that might demand a different way or create another opportunity? And what we're finding out is that there's really a third, fourth, fifth, whatever, I don't know, thing that's come into being with economic development that's beyond just, do you have a good product? Do you have infrastructure? Do you have the workforce? It's about an experience. And what does that mean? In a retail setting, has anybody been to Bass Pro Shops? Has anyone gone to one of those stores? Well, they have nailed the experience, right? I mean, I don't even like sports, and I could stay there all day long. I mean, you just want to wander and do and touch everything, and there's unique displays, and it's informative. You go, oh my gosh, I need that now. I mean, you're just ready. You're ready to be engaged. You're ready to stay there. It's a high-touch, 360 kind of experience. Well, we're finding now that people want that throughout their work environment, throughout their home environment, throughout their relationships to schools, healthcare, home. The experience is this fifth part of an economic development strategy. And why is that? Well, because most of us want to be spoiled. You know, we like that. We want that. You know, we want to live someplace that's nice and beautiful. We want to have, you know, walkable streets and safe communities. You know, we want it all. It's not like years gone by. If the good job was there, you went there. I mean, when Lexington Park was first developing, you know, at the top of World War II, it was funky. You know, it's a little funky now, but still, I mean, you know, when you think about it, people came because there was a job and a good wage for families, and you had a future. You didn't question whether there was a nice park to play in. You know, you didn't, that wasn't what you were thinking about. But if you're raising a family today, does it have the good schools? Is it a safe place? Is there a place for me to to engage, recreate, and like? And the other piece that's underlying this is the role of millennials, I can never say that word, we got to change it, in the future economy. Millennials, as a group, will eclipse the number of the baby boomer generation. So those folks who are about 18 to 35 now will become this huge buying power for the future. They will, I think, peak. I think the data is something like 2025 is when they'll peak in terms of numbers. No, it's 2036, excuse me. 81.1 million. And 2036, so they will rule the demand signals in terms of buying or what talent base they have and the like. And so if we're not thinking about what millennials want, then we're going to be left behind as a community. And what we understand millennials want is that total experience. They want a place to network. They want Wi-Fi everywhere. They want settings that are authentic, as well as access to traditional, franchise types of food experiences. They, again, like everybody, want the good schools, the good health care, and the like, but they want to somehow link together. They like to give up the car, maybe favor a bike or walking. So they're not looking at a place where they can take their talent or spend their dollars simply on, is it a good job? In fact, we know here in St. Mary's County, we've got the good jobs. We're attracting engineers, young engineers out of college or master's, but they don't stay long enough. They're not putting down the roots. And so we keep losing that brain power. Every time we train somebody, they take their engineering degree and their experience and they go to another area. So if we're going to make a difference, retain millennials in terms of their ability to support the economy for diversification, then we really have to think about delivering the whole experience. So what does that have to do with restaurants or food services in school? Because you're part of the fabric of the whole experience. We can't have one missing piece of the discussion. Remember when before Olive Garden opened up, it's like, why don't we have an Olive Garden? And Olive Gardens opened up and Cracker Barrel, I mean, those places are packed every 5 seconds. And it's just amazing. Nobody eats at home anymore, right? But there's a predictability. They can expect it to be clean. They can expect, the menu to be priced. They can expect the service to be at a certain level. Well, that doesn't leave an option for our school cafeterias to not be clean and have friendly service and be efficient, right? And cost effective. Nor does it leave room for our traditional restaurants and the Wawas and all to be any less competitive, given that that's what the public has come to demand. I mean, I grew up here, I thought the high life was the Roost,
Yeah.
I mean, and in the day it was, in the Belvedere, and all these wonderful places that I still miss today, right? But most people are not looking for the Roost today. They're looking for a different setting that's a little bit more predictable. And what's interesting about millennials is they're looking for more authentic places, which is like, well, shoot, the mom and pops are going out of business because you won't go there, down to, I don't know, what's it, Dense Market, Country Store, Buzzy Store, going to Scheibel's and all. But they're actually going to change that discussion for our economy as well. So if we think about driving a difference, we're going to be looking at the role of innovation, which certainly plays a role in food service and healthcare and the like, how innovation might drive what we do in terms of growing jobs. And part of that, again, is that total experience. We're also going to be looking at what we call traded clusters, and that simply means that a business is selling to another community outside of the backyard. And why is that important? Well, a restaurant, you sell to me, and your wage goes home, but you're selling to me. But if you were, let's say, packaging and selling food outside of the market, well, you're getting money from, you know, Mr. Jones over here, it's coming back to your community, but you're not having to raise that child in the school system. You're not having to worry about the road capacity. So it's money coming in for what you're doing, and yet it doesn't have that same economic impact in a negative way on the economy. St. Mary's County is second only to Howard County in the percentage, the high percentage of traded clusters. 42% of our industries are traded clusters. Now again, it goes back to defense, okay? But that's a leg up. We want more of that kind of business. And what we're looking at is manufacturing. Right now, manufacturing makes up 2% of our economy, and yet it pays the third highest wages in St. Mary's County. And we know about high wages, right? Civil servants on the base, average wage is $190,000, big bucks, good jobs. But the third highest is in manufacturing. Well, what do we mean? You know, and what happens there? And how am I going to get somebody to consider opening or starting and looking at manufacturing or a career path or a business opportunity? How am I going to attract young people into something that sounds like an old trade? Well, I don't want to be on an assembly line, you know? How do we get beyond those images? It goes back again to this whole experience. And what we have to offer is a technology progressive community in a pristine rural setting. We know about it as a gem, right? But we also know most people are still scratching their head wondering if we're on the Eastern Shore. You know, where's the Western Shore? What, St. Mary's, huh? You know? So we have an image to deal with, and fairly or unfairly, we have that country bumpkin image in a lot of people's heads, right? So if our facilities and if our folks are not delivering at top drawer Ritz-Carlton kinds of experiences everywhere we go, whether it's at the gas station or at Scheibel's or in the school cafeteria, then we step back one step. We give them reason to go, yeah, that place. What we want to say is, my goodness, we can grow high engineering tech kind of manufacturing, not smokestack. We can look at our agriculture and take advantage of that farm to table experience that people are looking for. They want organic foods. They want to go to the vegetable stand on the side of the corner. Those are things that go right back to healthy eating that we can exploit in a good way. That's what we're about. Our ag seafood history, it has direct relationship to the things that we can maximize now because there's a public appetite for it more and more. So the Gold Star, it's incredibly important to economic development because it sets a bar way up here and says nothing less will do. Nothing less will do. And so you figure a school system, not only are the academics high and pushing those kids to succeed, but they will have a total experience. You know, when they go into the cafeteria, it's going to be squeaky clean, it's going to be a healthy lunch, it's going to be great. And when they go into a restaurant or they hire a caterer, it's going to be top shelf. It is not going to be anything less than you would expect in the most progressive, expensive communities across the country. And that's what we have to do. If we're going to toot our horn, we have to think about the total experience and why it's all interrelated, and we have to be way up there with our goals. And Gold Star, quite frankly, is the first to step into that arena. It's into that space saying, it ain't good enough just to, put it on the plate. It has to meet this condition, that condition. It's all about excellence, driving excellence. So I commend the health department because they're driving excellence, and all of you, you're responding to it. In fact, you were probably excellent before they gave you a star. But it's nice to have that recognition, and it's also nice to see yourself in the broader sense. It's not just the school cafeteria. You are tying into the total experience of our community that's going to drive a difference, that's going to help us put those pieces together to start to pivot the economy in a way that will benefit all St. Mary's County, if not the region overall. So I commend you. I thank you for inviting me, and I hope you'll say, well, I don't really know what this is yet still, but it's a pretty chart. So thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Dr. Brewster. I'm not teaching a food class today. Right? So what is Gold Star? Well, as Dr. Brewster said, we started back in 2008, and it's a recognition of the best of the best. It's unique to St. Mary's County. No other county in the state of Maryland has this kind of recognition program for their food service facilities. Some states put letter grades in the windows of their food service facilities. Last year I was in South Carolina, and everywhere I went, everybody had an A. the golf course had an A. Everybody had an A. And I started looking for the B's and the C's, but there weren't any because everybody had an A. So I started thinking, that's kind of watered down. It just really what it meant was the health department had been there. So I started thinking about our gold star. So 38 facilities out of almost 500 facilities earned the gold star last year, less than 10%. So you guys are an elite group, performed well. You took the time to get some food safety certifications, let me torture you in my food class. You practiced sound managerial controls so that you didn't have any temperature violations during the course of the year. At any of those walls, floors, and ceilings, those general retail practice violations, you took care of those, you fixed them within the 30 days. And most importantly, no foodborne illnesses associated with your facilities last year. And the streak continues. It's been a while since we've had a foodborne outbreak in St. Mary's County. So, and part of the reason is because of the things you guys do in your facilities. So congratulations to everybody. I have a special treat for you guys. Karen Sauter from Senator Wall's office brought us down a special certificate from the House of Delegates, right? General Assembly. So along with the Gold Star Awards, you'll be receiving a citation from the General Assembly this year as well. So, being that group, and this is just not that watered down A, be proud of this Gold Star. Display it. I hope you display it. I hope you point it out to your customers. Put it on your advertisement. When people ask me where do I go to eat, I refer them to our website and I tell them about the Gold Stars. That's where they need to go. So have we tortured them enough? Okay. So let's start with some awards. If my team would come on up.
Cameron, do you want to maybe read one of the General Assembly citations and talk a little bit about that and what it means?
When they invited Senator Wall, he's still in session.
Yeah.
Session ends Monday, so he's fighting to keep the money down here in St. Mary's County. The General Assembly is trying to put it all in Montgomery County and and Baltimore City, like they always do. Yeah, exactly. So Okay. I'll just. The senator was invited, like I said, and he couldn't make it. He asked me to come, and he said he wanted to offer congratulations. He said I can offer not a big check like you win from the lottery, but a big certificate. That's a citation, which Mr. Moore said, well, that sounds like a bad thing, a citation. In this case, it's a good thing. So I'll read it. It says, the Maryland General Assembly official citation. Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to recipient in recognition of St. Mary's County Health Department Gold Star Award for achieving and maintaining excellence in food handling and preparation practices. And signed by the senator. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, come on up here. All right. So our first is Father Andrew White here. Father Andrew White School.
Oh.
We're supposed to do the lights here. You're not here? Okay.
Next is Loeffler Senior Center.
Slide in there. Northern Senior Center. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. And we'll go with the schools. Benjamin Banneker Elementary School A.
Slide over, Doctor.
Okay.
Thank you.
No more, sorry. Good purple ribbon there.
Very good, thank you. Thank you.
And Benjamin Banneker, School B. Short. Chesapeake Public Charter School.
Thank you.
Esperanza Middle School. Evergreen Elementary School. Congratulations. Short is not allowed. Fairlead Academy. Fairlead Academy 2. Stepping in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Greenview Knolls Elementary.
Thanks.
George Washington Carver Elementary. Yeah, multi-winners here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Great Mills High School.
You don't have to go.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hollywood Elementary.
Thank you.
And Leonardtown Middle School. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly.
And Letty Dent Elementary School. What are you doing?
You see me everywhere.
Lexington Park Elementary School. There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Margaret Brent Middle School. You missed one? And Mechanicsville Elementary School. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Oakville Elementary School. Ridge Elementary School.
Thank you.
Spring Ridge Elementary School? I'm sorry, Spring Ridge Middle School.
Thank you.
The last school. White Marsh Elementary School. Hello, Austin. stores here? Okay.
No substitute for that
Come
one.
on, come on.
I gotta run to the store to get that one. No designated substitutes on that side.
Anybody with red shirt?
Vince Catering. And Brady? No. Brewster's Real Ice Cream. Oh, it's okay. They may not be in season yet.
Probably getting busy for the season.
I know they're not here. Anchor, Walden, Sierra. Personalized Touch Catering.
Thank you.
Anita's Wedding Cakes. Anita here?
Also known as Anita's Cake Shop.
We did that wrong again.
Thank you. Well, it's my
Did you
legal
bring
name
any?
is my.
But you didn't bring any.
No, I did not.
Thank you.
Noodles and Company. Anybody from Noodles? Papa John's Pizza. And Sheets 318. Well, our other Sheets is here, right? Sheets 292.
Where is that one located? Yeah, which one is
Yeah,
that?
which one?
California, the next to Nicoletti's.
Chancellor's and 235, right. Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt. I believe this is the one that started off. Congratulations. She spelled sweet too. Wildwood Pastry Shop? Good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know everybody's gonna be glad this is on there. Chick-fil-A.
Thank you.
These guys, sorry. I want to post it for my folks.
Thank you.
Olive Garden. Olive Garden, okay. But we can eat it. Well, that's the last one. That wraps up our ceremony. Thank you all.
Thank you all for being here. And,